Today's stories include PlayStation forms a new first-party studio. Outriders devs are working on a PlayStation IP, and God of War's TV show is already set for 2 seasons. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. What's up, and welcome back to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Of course, I'm your host, Tim Geddes. I'm joined today by the Big Daddy himself, Greg Miller.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Greg Miller. I'm excited to be here, Timothy.
We're not alone at this desk.
We're not.
You want to show the world what you have back here, what you're hiding from them?
Maybe you've heard of Cole the Wiener Dog.
He's here.
He's inside this bag.
He's bagged up.
We're going to hang him from the top of the ceiling and do a ladder match.
Oh, can I tell you something very, very exciting?
Sure.
Stealth tweets out, Nintendo hasn't had a Nintendo Direct that included first-party games since June 2024.
Wow.
We are 15 days away from the Switch 2 Direct.
Wow.
Just over 2 weeks away, Greg, before all of our questions are answered. Incredibly. I'm feeling good. I just want the answers. When's it coming out? What games am I playing this year?
And I'm sorry, what day and what time is that again?
It is April 2nd at 6 a.m. Pacific.
Oof, early.
It's early.
We'll be live reacting to it, though.
Of course, we're going to be live reacting.
Yeah.
The most important announcement of all goddamn time.
April 6th, you said?
2nd.
April 2nd at 6 a.m.
Ain't no fool.
Ain't no fool. No.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big day for both of us.
It is. Yeah. Is that when you're going to do it? The most important day of my life?
Do you think I'd miss this opportunity, Tim?
Oh my God.
Do you think I'd let you have your little Mario game machine? Listen, Tim, when you have stars in the bank, life's as sweet as chocolate.
Audio listeners, you don't need to watch the video to see what happened. Don't ask questions. You don't need to know.
Greg, if you let me take that box home, I'll fit it with lights, some weight so it doesn't flip over like that. Maybe a smoke thing.
Kevin, you got my permission.
Oh, great. What an advancement. How you doing, Greg?
I'm all right.
You just all right? Busy? Real busy. GDC's happening. We had a killer stream yesterday.
Call the Wiener Dog shit about every 2 hours last night.
Oh.
He ate something he shouldn't have ate. So that's why he's here.
Oh.
Bit of a chaotic time for a dog to be shitting nonstop when the wife's running demos downtown, 20 floors up in a hotel.
Yeah.
I got to do 2 shows and run down there and play a bunch of games. We're figuring it out.
We'll figure it out. One poop at a time. Oh.
I got his nails trimmed, so I got that going for me.
Okay, cool. It always has
bounty
to be
bars are good. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, God.
We're supposed to go fast. There's a lot of news. I'll make it short. British people, most of your food's terrible. Your bounty bar is good. I'm so sick.
Hobnobs are good.
Yeah, they are. The Lucy James, the Gary Whittas, the Ben Stars, the Rahul Kohlis. What other British people? What other British fucks am I leaving out?
Tam.
Oh. All they talk about is how much better their chocolate is. It's not that much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that much better. I'm sorry to say.
They like it a lot, though.
They do.
I appreciate their enthusiasm. They have happiness somewhere.
They're just missing. The best thing about British, Britain.
Ben Starr.
I said his name
You
already.
did? I'm sorry.
Is that you can drink outside the pub. That's cool.
That's cool.
Fucking cool. Stop complaining about the fucking chocolate in America. Start complaining about the fact I can't just take a beer into the streets. Get in the way of a Waymo. Back to you, Tim.
Remember, everybody, this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, please support us with the Kinda Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, and now Spotify and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Your support allows us to do all this cool stuff, including the massive stream that we did yesterday. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us all day as we had so many incredibly talented indie devs come through the studio and show off their video games. We had, I don't know, what was it, like 20 games we showed off, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And they were all so freaking cool. One of my favorite things about this event every year is how jealous the people out in the office area are of whoever's at the desk getting to play whatever games that they're not on, you know? Just pure good time. Great stuff. You can watch that entire stream over on YouTube to see a whole bunch of amazing games, and also the game showcase
itself.
That announced many more
60
games
plus
as well. So
thanks
check
as always
all
to
those
the
out.
mix. Great working with you. We love doing that. Great event last night.
Fun stuff all around. Remember, though, for a chance to be part of this show, you can YouTube Super Chat your thoughts and opinions as we go. We have Clawmaster saying, what did you guys do to piss off God yesterday? An earthquake and hail coming down in NorCal.
I don't feel an earthquake.
Yeah, they keep happening, man.
Yeah.
Just little by little.
Yeah, but,
It's all good, though. It's all good. Everything's
You
totally
let a
one's
little
out in
pressure
Illinois.
off, everything's good, right? You let a little pressure off at a time, everything's good. It's
called edging. That's what I do.
Oh, my
That's
Lord.
not how that works.
All right. Hey,
Just so you know. That's
Jen
not,
says it is. She's like,
that's
all right, stop
the
there.
opposite.
She goes, stop there. We'll get back to this later. I had a bounty. Is it the new
for
Korean
you.
coffee? We'll find out. I didn't sleep much.
We're at 11
Bounty,
person
it's the new
business.
Korean coffee.
What did you just say, Kevin?
He said,
Well, I
bounty.
was gonna-
He gave a tagline. Kevin and I are simpatico today, all right? His mind is my mind. My mind is his.
It's the
We
new
get the
Korean
slack from
coffee.
Bless. Stay on track. There's a lot of news
This
today.
is only 6 minutes of fun. Don't
Oh
worry,
my
everybody.
God. Today after Games Daily, you're going to get Gamescast, which is our Assassin's Creed Shadows review. Those embargo just dropped. Then the stream is going to be a little bit more of that Pokemon Nuzlocke mixed with Nerdle. We'll see how that goes, but it's going to be fun. Sorry, I missed that. In between that, there's going to be a kind of funny podcast. I think that's going to be Greg and Jack Patillo talking, which is really, really fun.
No. Mike, Nick, and Jack Patillo.
You're right. Respect to Mike. My bad. If you're a kind of funny member, God, I'm going to read it because it's written down. Today's Gregway is coming. And it is spelled CUMMIN'.
I haven't recorded it yet. I'll probably record it on my way to GDC. So it's not about coming, but it could be if you want. Put in your votes now.
Your votes now. Fuck you, hey. Thank you to our Patreon
And a
producers.
bounty.
Delaney Twining, Carl Jacobs, and Omega Buster. Today we're brought to you by Shady Race, MeUndies, and Factor, but we'll tell you all about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 7 stories today. Story number 1, PlayStation has formed a new studio.
Oh, great.
Dark Outlaw Games with Call of Duty zombie lead Jason Blundell. This comes from Jordan Middler at VGC. Sony's formed a new first-party studio within PlayStation Studios. Dark Outlaw Games comes from studio head and director Jason Blundell. Former Treyarch co-studio head Blundell was one of the lead creators of Call of Duty Zombies mode before leaving Activision in 2020 after 13 years. He'd then serve as one of the co-founders of Defamation Games. Defamation Games didn't get a chance to release its debut project, an original IP that was set to be exclusive to PlayStation platforms. In an interview with Jeff Gersman, Blundell confirmed that the new studio is staffing up and that he'd have more to share on the studio's first project in the future. Quote, I've had the amazing opportunity to create a new studio within PlayStation Studios for Sony. The studio is called Dark Outlaw. We've been working away in the shadows for a while. When we got something to talk about, we'll step into the light.
Like you did there?
It's such a privilege to be able to do it with
Bounty's
Sony
fighting back. I got coconut in the back of my throat.
as a new first-party studio. Sony doesn't start up first-party studios all the time, so to have that privilege is humbling. Blundell wouldn't confirm where the studio is in terms of production schedule.
Oh, I thought you were going to say where it was based. That's hilarious.
We won't tell you where we are.
we're
We
incorporated.
don't want you to know. Other than the studio has been going for a little bit of time. Blundell also confirmed he'll serve as studio head and director for Dark Outlaw Games. Greg Miller, it is not often we get a new PlayStation studio.
Yeah.
What is your takeaway here?
Surprising. I think we've seen so much recently, right, with PlayStation Studios closing, laying people off, canceling projects, that we've really been like, oh, they must be battening down the hatches. They must be tightening everything up over there and trying to figure out how to get through this current wave of economic, not woes, but season we're in, right? So to see them come out here and launch something new is interesting, especially bringing in the guy who was one of the co-founders here of Deviation, right? Not any shade to Deviation, but it was another one, right, that didn't get a chance to release his debut project, an original IP set to be on PlayStation platforms. It's interesting that PlayStation is still engaging this way, and I think it really does speak to whatever this studio is pitching and whatever they're working on and making the case for making a new thing. So, I mean, hats off to them. You know, it's I think it's an interesting one. You can go a lot of different ways with this one. If we wanted to be negative, you could be, but more jobs in the video game industry are always good. So them doing this is good, even though, yes, we've seen PlayStation close other studios, but again, if that studio is not making the thing you want, and that isn't the team to make those things, I can't really fault them for that, with the exception of this live service push and yada yada. We get into the weeds and we start really having to have a conversation.
Let's stay in the weeds there for a second then. Like you talking about the live service push that obviously we look at as a massive failure, and it seems like they see as a massive failure given their closure of studios and layoffs. With this, Dark Outlaw Games, former zombies from Call of Duty. What game is this? What type of game is this? Is there anything we can glean from that?
That's a great question. No, I don't think so. You throw a rock and talk to a developer. You throw a rock at GDC right now, you'll hit 3 people who worked on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like we had people here yesterday making indie games that have obviously nothing to do with Call of Duty or first-person shooting, and they worked on Call of Duty at some point. So I don't read into that and go, oh, it's going to be a first-person shooter. Oh, it's going to be a zombie game or anything the like there. I think it's just that Call of Duty seems to be attached to so many different people, and I'd imagine that gives you such a great working relationship with teams and how in a project that big to then take the hope would be, of course, at least for me and all the studios we've seen fail, is that you've been a part of a giant team before. So let's take those giant team ideas of how we talk to each other and work and make a smaller project, a much smaller project, right?
Well, specifically here, him being one of the lead creators of Zombies mode, specifically the mode, a very popular mode, obviously. Yeah. But I think that does kind of like lend itself to what you're saying about what if it was something that was a bit smaller in scope of a project. I mean, I think, I wouldn't expect that to be the case of what they're doing. It's more of a hope for me.
You don't think so?
I mean, what evidence is there besides Astrobot that PlayStation's willing to do that?
Returnal.
Okay. You see this as a
Helldivers, I mean, which is a big game, but also not a huge game.
Yeah.
I think if we wanted to go, man, maybe PlayStation learn some lessons here, or not even learn lessons. Herman's in charge and he's doing this and this is what he wants. He wants studios focused on making a AA sized game with a AAA style pedigree or something to that. You know what I mean? Whatever tacky word you want to tack onto it, right? I think that could be the case of, we had zombies and look at how big that mode got, right? So now we are going to go and make this game X that is a smaller idea, infinitely replayable, because that's what everybody wants, right? In terms of video game people, right? And we're going to go through and churn it and it'll be fast. That'd be the biggest thing, is I think you're going to see this quickly. Shockingly, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to see a game from them before you see a Haven Studios game. Bam, bam, bam. And I mean out.
Yeah, because that's what matters here. I mean, again, Jason was saying this a couple weeks ago about like the releasing the game is the most. Jason Derulo himself, on Games Daily.
Oh, Schreier,
Jason Schreier, #1 games journalist, was talking about like the actual releasing of a game is the most important part, and when devs aren't given the ability to even get to that point, it's gonna have bad ramifications all the way up the chain, right?
For sure,
and definitely down the chain. So. With this, it's like I hear this news and like I struggle to be positive about it just because it just feels very unlikely that this project's ever going to see the light of day.
Interesting.
And again, this coming from a very pessimistic place that I feel there's just a lot of evidence to feel that way in recent times. But having said that, you do bring up a good point that like I was just thinking about Astrobot at kind of that level, but you're right, bringing up multiple examples and with what's it called? What's the rule? Housemarque game.
Oh shit! The new one from Housemarque.
Not Synergy. Synapse.
Synapse. It's something. Chat's gonna already have it. 3, 2, 1.
Silly Billy Committee.
Soros. Thank you, Jasic.
Right on the tip of my tongue.
Kevin, YouTube chat's not working.
Yeah.
I understand why. I think in our general industry, I don't believe it till I see it. Until I'm playing it, till I see something, whatever. I don't want to be pessimistic about it because I think that PlayStation just went through a thing, so I doubt they're putting bad money into bad projects still, right? Or bad ideas. Again, the problem with video games in general, business in general, everything's a gamble. So I really don't. Maybe this doesn't ever come out because guess what? The winds change once again, and it just doesn't make sense. Or Sony tells PlayStation, you need to cut your workforce by 5%. And they're like, well, this thing that didn't do anything, let's get rid of them. Who knows? But I think it's interesting that PlayStation believes enough in Blundell here. That, all right, put it on Deviation. All right, Deviation didn't work out. We closed it. We took it that way. But we still want you to over here.
Like, make a new team for it. I mean, that is also interesting in this brand new landscape we're in where
Brave New World.
Xbox has, or Microsoft, however you want to look at it, has so many studios and devs under their belt now, especially with the Activision stuff, with the Bethesda stuff, that when you think about PlayStation Studios, it is, of course, they acquired Insomniac, but it's interesting to see them start new teams. Xbox has done that as well, but with PlayStation now, just by default of how acquisitions and money works, they have many fewer teams to be able to access and like make those games.
Sure.
So making one from scratch, it's interesting and that's challenging. And like I think that's another reason for me that I'm like, we haven't really seen that, right?
The
like,
big thing about
let me ask you this: like, what's an example of like
you're gonna nip my point in the bud, but go ahead.
Of a new team that actually
I don't think they're coming out and saying what we saw Ascendant Studios say, what we saw Striking Distance Studios say. We've worked on Call of Duty and Dead Space and this thing and that thing. AAA. We're a AA studio making a quadruple A game. They're not saying anything at this point, but they're also not coming out and promising whatever, which would make me hope that they're shooting for that. We're doing a Helldivers, we're doing an Astrobot, with lofty goals, of course, just fantastic
Absolutely.
games.
Yeah,
I'm shooting for a house mark. I'm doing something. I'm not trying to make Horizon. I'm not trying to make Last of Us. I'm coming right to that nice mid-tier there. I'm getting in there and doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I want from them. And the fact they're not saying that, I think, speaks to them not doing the traditional That's No Moon Studios thing of like, here's all our directors in shirts and we're posing or big names. And everybody's like, I don't know these names, but you're attaching Call of Duty to them also. I guess that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, here's legitimately, we're in the shadows. We're not ready. You know what I mean? Like, that's the messaging. Which, for
Again,
sure.
I am the number one person of dragging out Fair Games and Haven Studios and beating them with the you're going to close stick. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not going to work out, right? Like, and I think that's because they made way too big a deal of the PlayStation blog post. We got Jade Raymond and we got Haven, and Haven's working on something and it's going to be and then here's this Fair Games trailer. We're all like, oh, this doesn't look like something I want.
Yeah. Do you think it's an original IP or is it something based on PlayStation?
I'm going to say original IP. You?
Do you think that anybody's working on a PlayStation IP? Maybe
Somebody
story number 2. Bulletstorm developer, People Can Fly. I don't know why I said it like that. Working on mystery PlayStation franchise. This comes from Victoria Kennedy at Eurogamer.
Victoria Kennedy! She better do that all the time.
People Can Fly, the developer of Outriders and Bulletstorm, have signed a deal with PlayStation to work on a new project based on an existing Sony franchise. Further details remain slim for now, though it has been confirmed the upcoming release is codenamed Project Delta, and that it's based on a franchise to which Sony holds the IP rights. Word of this upcoming Sony collaboration comes from a report published by People Can Fly itself. The studio stated it had entered into a work-for-hire agreement with the PlayStation maker. The PlayStation maker.
PlayStation maker.
Cool. I get stoked about this.
What do you think it's going to be?
I don't know.
Killzone.
But, maybe.
Resistance?
Perhaps.
Am I just being, Outriders, Bulletstorm, I'm thinking guns, I'm thinking what you're putting me on, right?
But, I mean, they make shooty feel good.
They
right?
do. So Outriders was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with Outriders.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, People Can Fly, being more optimistic about that. Well, I guess it's coming from a bad place. I'm shocked they're still around. And I'm very happy.
Really?
I'm very happy that they're still around because they make great games. And I feel like Outriders was a perfect example of what we're talking about of like, you can make a game not be like every other game. It doesn't need to be live service. Even if we look at it, we're like, that's live service.
Yeah.
We don't believe you. It's not live service. And they put it out. It's not live service. It's like, okay, cool. You put out a game that was fun and seemed to do well enough. Continuing them to be able to make games. And then now working with PlayStation. I'm a big fan of PlayStation IP. So I'm excited to see what they could possibly bring back. Like, yeah, you jump into those two. I mean, maybe.
See,
right?
I think
like,
I could see.
Where's the value? The most value
in
PlayStation
IP?
shooting IP.
Honestly, I think all of those are an uphill battle.
Yeah.
None of those are like, here's a guaranteed hit. Here's a guaranteed success. I would put Resistance over Killzone. Chat, let me know if I'm crazy. I would say that more people care and are like, where's Resistance 4? Where's Resistance 4? Then where's another Killzone? No offense to the Killzone community. I know you exist out there. SOCOM, people are shouting out. SOCOM, I feel, is too grounded. People Can Fly, Bulletstorm, Outriders. I think you could have them do, and even saying this, I think Killzone makes more sense of, we're going to do a third-person Killzone game that is whatever, squad-based. We're going off doing this thing. I don't know. We're the last people behind Helgen Lines, something like that. You could, maybe. What I mean? That world seems goofier to me than like, hey, we're doing a Resistance, which is going to be so narrative heavy. Hey, we're doing SOCOM, and it needs to be so grounded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm with you that I feel like it's a struggle for any of those, including SOCOM. I think SOCOM...
SOCOM the most, I think.
Yeah, like SOCOM's definitely its time and place, I think, does not exist anymore. I think you could make something happen there, but I do feel like that'd be a perfect example of a game that would need to be so lean budget and resource-wise for it to be considered a success by any like measurable metric.
Yeah.
But then Killzone and Resistance, I do feel have enough just kind of like, all right, people know what the IP is. I think at the end of the day, Killzone has the masks and the stuff that like just the iconography that I think people be like, oh, I've heard of this or I know this if they didn't play the games back in the day.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't think that there's like a reverence.
Money in those hills.
Exactly, right?
I know there's a community for each of those, all three of those games, but I just don't know to the mainstream how you break through and make that make sense.
But if People Can Fly can make it work again with not it being this like thing that needs to live forever or whatever, perhaps that could be
the easiest way, right? I would spin it up, right? And I'm just going to copy Outriders, is that you're a team of humans sent to the actual Chimeran planet, which we've never actually done stuff on, right? To actually try to take out the Chimeran threat. So this is Resistance. So you'd get there, and then it's the same idea of you're building a base, you're doing a thing, you're running missions, going out and getting stuff. But again, I'm just copying Outriders, which I'm sure is not what they're doing.
Yeah. But man, it could be. Here's the thing. Someone in the chat saying Ghostbusters, CJ Splits on saying Ghostbusters or Men in Black. Think bigger outside of games. That is interesting. I don't know how that all falls of like what license Sony have the rights to the IP to make games for. Just because if you own movie rights or TV rights doesn't mean you have game rights.
Sure.
But that could be interesting if it was.
Obviously, I would fucking die for another Ghostbusters game. Don't worry about that. Men in Black, I'd be super stoked for.
Yeah.
One of my favorite PC games of all time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Run around neuralizing people.
Fun.
It was awesome.
Awesome, man. Who could forget?
I can't. Anybody.
You ever watch the Men in Black animated series?
Of course.
Good.
Big time.
Yeah.
You ever watch Back to the Future animated series?
I didn't. My brother did, though.
Yeah. Cool guy's got good taste.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Story number 3, everybody. Amazon's God of War TV series already set for season 2 before season 1 has a release date.
My God.
This comes from Eric Van Allen at IGN. Amazon's God of War TV series has yet to premiere, but it's already lined up for 2 seasons, according to showrunner Ronald D. Moore. Moore took over the God of War series after the departure of previous showrunner Rafe Judkins and executive producers Hawk Otsby and Mark Fergus.
Hawk Otsby is a great name.
There's a bunch of great names in this paragraph. Shout out to names. In an interview with fellow Battlestar Galactica alum Katie Sackhoff, Moore talked a bit, who's so freaking cool, a bit more about he's been up to. Right now, I'm working on an adaptation of, there's a video game called God of War, a big title in the gaming world that Amazon has ordered 2 seasons of, and they've asked me to come in. So I'm literally in the writer's room and working on that. That's my new thing. He went on to say he's not a gamer, though he does enjoy some Defender, Asteroids, and Centipede. He says he took a stab at it, but the controllers threw him. Press R1. Which one's R1? Oh, I'm dead, Moore said. And this goes on, and he's pretty much saying he's not going to play God of War before making a God of War show.
Awesome. That's a recipe for success.
Recipe for success.
That was why they wanted to work with Craig Mazin on Last of Us. He's like, I don't know what this is. I don't care. It's about mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
This video game thing. Apparently, it's a big deal. I hate this, man. I fucking hate this. This feels like out of time. Now, at the end of the day, not the end of the world. We've seen many times adaptations happen. People can understand a story, can watch things. You don't need hands on the sticks to understand a lot of what makes God of War special. But we've seen in the last 10 years at this point.
You don't know what that Leviathan axe coming back.
If you don't know, you miss out on the real magic of it. And when you look at The Last of Us on HBO and you look at Halo on Paramount Plus, there's a couple key differences. And one of them is, in Last of Us, they care about how it felt to play that game and how that made you feel to play the game.
Yeah.
Halo did not. And when they did, it was too little too late. And now it's getting a second life on Netflix, and we'll see what happens. You know? Forgot Cole's down there.
Me too.
Yeah. But I hate it.
Yeah, I didn't read the entire article, so it goes on even further of him just being like, I'm not going to play God of War.
But he's straight up said, I tried, and
has he watched?
Has
he watched?
He didn't go that far. And again, that's the thing is like putting your foot in your mouth in these interviews. Like he probably doesn't know that he just said the worst thing possible to the gaming audience and people that care about God of War.
Yeah.
But he did. And you can't really put that back in the bottle, right?
Sure.
Like, so I do think that this is going to kind of cause an uphill battle where when this show is talked about, this is constantly going to be a thing of just like, he didn't even fucking play it. You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Again, I say that voice. I'm the one making the voice.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
You are making the voice, yeah.
It does. I don't want God of War to be okay. I want God of War to be fantastic.
Stellar, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it can be, for sure. I do think that them already greenlighting 2 seasons is a good sign. But like at this point in time, is it really, when we see so many shows even get that? And
well, that's my thing. Is it a good sign when it's like, you remember they went through all this hubbub and they brought this more guy in and he's in the writer's room right now, so I don't think they have it all fleshed out, you know. And
it's Amazon, which I feel like are, when it comes to the big streamers, one of the most inconsistent when it comes to wins and losses. You know, for every Fallout, there are 10 shows that I can't even name.
Yeah.
And even things that like what was it, Wheel of Time. There was a big swing that they did. Yeah, I mean, fans didn't really like resonate with that. I wonder if they read the books. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I'm with you. Not the right thing to say. Definitely. That's not what you want your first impression to be when you come out talking about it for the first time, really.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be waiting a while, so.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if it ever actually happens. But.
Yeah, because Horizon got canceled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. We do have some good stories, though.
Yay.
Some fun stories coming up, but we're going to get to those right after a word from our sponsor. This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or an unexpected hit happens, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY to get 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode is brought to you by Factor. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great, no matter what life throws at you. Greg Miller has been loving how simple it is to enjoy his Factor meals as he's rushing between shows each day here at Kinda Funny. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box, plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. This episode's brought to you by MeUndies. For years, I've been telling you all about how much I love MeUndies. Real talk, I haven't worn a pair of underwear or socks that weren't MeUndies in over half a decade. And that's because I just love how premium they are, how great they look, and awesome they feel. Even my loungewear at home is MeUndies, and I cannot recommend their various shirts enough. MeUndies just gets it. From the all-black classics to fun expressive prints, MeUndies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in sizes XS to 4XL, so there's something here for all of you. Its breathable, stretchy, and oh-so-comfy fabric make it ideal for all-day wear. And they use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Rad. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping on orders of $75 or more at MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Enter code KINDAFUNNY. That's MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Code KINDAFUNNY for 20% off MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in. I want to get to some super chats before we get to the next story. We have Seth Sanders saying, this John Cena stuff's crazy. I'm glad they didn't make any new merch for heel Cena. It makes it feel real. Dude, they're making some wise calls. Like, talk about subverting expectations in the right ways. Incredible.
If you want to talk about how special it is that I made Jen watch it.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I know you don't care. I'm like, have you She's like, yeah, he's a he. I'm like, it's more than that. It's 20. It's this, that's that. Watched it, and I just showed the clip of when he insults the kid.
Yep.
That kid over there.
incredible.
What a promo. God, if you're in the audience, Belgium? No.
Brussels.
Brussels, thank you. What a fucking crowd. What
Crushed
a fucking
it.
crowd. John Cena song.
Oh my God.
He can't even get
Gave
that
me life.
stupid thing. I was so good. So good.
So many questions, didn't mention The Rock, didn't mention the 17th title. I love that though.
Yeah.
We got a road to WrestleMania ahead of us,
we
Greg.
do, sir.
Oh man, month away. Then we got Calvin Perez saying 40 Flora probiotics and sweet potato / pumpkin puree. It's a godsend for pups with upset tummies.
Well, I'm well versed. Don't worry. He's still so young that he's already shaking it off. Like his poop today was almost normal.
Yeah. Caleb says
I can't risk it.
you can't.
Can't leave him at home. Come home to that because
Shit
me coming
everywhere.
home because the nanny, our nanny, our friend, whatever you want, our babysitter now, I guess, whatever. Fran picking
Yeah.
up Ben and bringing him home, so I don't want her to come home and then fucking shit covered dog. I can't deal with that.
Oh God. Caleb says God of War showrunner says he hasn't played the games and isn't a gamer. What effect will this have on the show, if any? Talked about that a bit.
Not a good effect, probably. Maybe not a big deal. We'll see.
Kebab says, fun fact, there was a Ghostbusters mobile game years ago that got the rights to Ghostbusters, but not Bill Murray's likeness, which they had to design around.
Common problem.
Yeah. Raslo says, was so chill yesterday working on my indie game while watching devs show off theirs. Great job, everyone.
Thanks for
Hell
watching,
yeah,
everybody.
man. Good luck. Hopefully one day you're at the desk and we're playing your games, making bad jokes. You know what I mean?
That's how you speak for yourself. I'm making good
Yeah,
jokes.
I was. Naveed K says, I got married this weekend.
Hey!
It was the greatest day of my life. I've been following you all since 2012/13, and I can never thank you enough for everything you've done for me. Thank you all. Thank you. Congratulations.
Cheers, Naveed.
Fantastic stuff. Today is the best day of my life because of story number 4. Lego announces Pokemon sets are coming next year. This comes from Andrew Liszewski at The Verge. Lego has announced that another popular gaming franchise is getting the plastic brick treatment. On its website, the company has teased that Lego Pokemon sets are coming soon, but also says the sets won't arrive until 2026, which isn't as soon as we'd hoped.
Takes a
There
while
are
to build
no
them.
details yet on specific sets or which characters will be available in
Bet
Lego
Pikachu.
form, but the teaser does include a peek at Pikachu's tail built from yellow bricks. Several Pokemon building sets have been available for a while, but through Mattel's shitty-ass Mega line, which features components that are Lego compatible. It's not yet known. They're horrible, man. Although there's a Butterfree that actually flies. It's pretty
That's
sick.
pretty cool, okay.
It's pretty sick. It's not yet known if Lego will have exclusive rights to making Pokemon building sets starting next year, or if Mattel will continue to be bad people. Some of this is me editorializing.
I like it though.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. 2026 going to be the 30th year of Pokemon.
You're expecting big things.
Expect big things.
Yeah.
Knowing we're going to get some Legos. Love that.
Would you buy these? Would you assemble these? Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I don't ever see you. I mean, I know Cool G's.
Cool G's Mr. Lego man.
Yeah.
I love Lego
Yeah.
a lot. I wish I had more time to build them. I wish
Yeah.
I had more space
Yeah.
to place them and all of that. So what ends up happening is whenever there's sets that I'm like, I need that set, I do buy it. And then I just have boxes of Legos just sitting there.
Sure.
I look at them every day and I'm
Yeah.
like, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
One day I'll build it.
You're not going to build it.
One day. Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe I'll
probably
build
I'll probably build
out of the
it.
Lego boxes.
Yeah.
I'll build something.
Yeah, there you
know?
go. Yeah.
That's
I could
what'll
see.
happen.
That I could see.
But yeah, chances are I'm going to buy some of these Pokemon ones.
Sure.
Having said that, I don't want any of this Mario bullshit. I want Legos. I want minifigs. I don't want the fucking, I'm Mario. I'm a fucking giant brick. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, exactly. Like this thing wants to be killed.
but I'm gigantic.
I want it to be more like the Sonic Legos.
Yeah, you want it to fit in. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so-
Ghostbuster Legos. I'm with you.
Yeah, so we'll see. And it's it's a toss
I bet it won't.
I mean,
You're gonna build this is my thing. Like whenever I'm at what I like to call the Mecca, all right, Costco.
Okay.
They got the Legos out there, but they're like, here, build the Lego flowers. Build a gigantic race car. I'm like, all right, but just give me a normal Lego set. And I know you're Costco. Give me it's 5 Lego sets
Yeah.
strapped together that I gotta buy or whatever. But I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like that's not exciting to me.
Yeah.
I don't want the weird thing, and that's what this is gonna be. It's gonna be build a giant Pikachu.
I don't want it to interact with me. You know what I mean?
Like talk to you.
Yeah, because that's what the fucking Mario thing.
Oh, does it?
It's like,
Oh yeah, it
yeah,
does go
yeah.
wahoo wahoo.
Yeah, it just does a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need all that.
Yeah.
You know? And here's the thing: before someone says this isn't for you, goddamn sure it is.
Yeah, no.
Pokemon's 30th anniversary. All right, who do you think's buying these things? Children? No, children don't have money.
Yep.
Children can't buy stuff on their own.
True.
I could buy stuff on
And
my
again,
own.
this isn't interactable for the children. You know what I mean? Like, again, like there's the PD Piranha plant, right? Chad, as we call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen that at Costco. I was like,
and he's chirping for us.
It's too big. I don't want.
It is big.
I mean, Ben doesn't want that either. He wants something little to play with.
Yeah. You excited about this at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for, as Ben continues to love Pokemon and continues to love Lego, see what, this is going to be for him.
Yeah.
We're at the thing where we buy the Lego box set, whatever. I build it, and then Ben breaks it apart and drives it around. The Batmobile's got no fins anymore,
Ben is 3.5.
About to be April.
Is there any risk of him eating Lego?
No.
Putting Lego anywhere?
Is there any risk of it? Of course. Remember when I choked on a nickel playing jukeboxes? I was older than Ben is. Kids are stupid. Kids are dumb.
You just caused cool Greg to burst into laughter.
It's a famed Greg Miller story. You know what I mean? Grandma Miller's looking at my turtles in my room. I'm laying on the ground in the living room playing jukebox. Dropped the money in my mouth and then I would hum a song. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Nickel went in, turned sideways, couldn't breathe for a couple seconds, panicked, and then I passed it. But
you could have died.
I could have. No, I know. That's definitely what I was thinking.
Did Ben ever play? Was it Duplo? What's the like?
No,
the
we jumped
Lego?
right to Lego.
Nice.
Yeah. I kept that Duplo shit out. You know what I mean? I think at my dad's house, he had some Duplo stuff from his girlfriend or whatever, and like he played with them there. They had some Cars stuff, so it was more of a Cars thing than it was a Lego thing. So whatever. But no, I never brought that Duplo crap in my house. I'm not doing that.
Lincoln Logs?
No, I mean, no.
Tinker Toys?
I grew up playing Lincoln Logs, Grandma Miller's again. You know what I mean? Back in her shag rug in the back of that house. She had a lot of Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
Terrible toy.
Oh, horrible toy.
I mean, that's the thing is like, Ben truly doesn't understand how good he has it. You know what I mean? And it's because it's
whole
like
section dedicated to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Lincoln Logs aren't terrible.
But I mean, like again, it was like at home I have every superhero under the moon, right? But at Grandma Miller's, I got Lincoln Logs and Army Men, and I'm there because I'm sick or it's summer and she's taking. It's like what the fuck? Like this sucks. No video games. What the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Ben just can get any video game he wants, cloud stream to his phone, and bam, he's ready to go.
But the thing about Ben that he doesn't have is, I imagine that he doesn't have the sticky hands that stretch.
No, Jen wouldn't allow that in the house.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like too many kids like that had to be toxic to some extent.
Well, they're
right?
still out there. No, he's brought them home from people from like you open up. I'll tell you what.
Oh man,
there's no bigger Trojan horse than the toddler birthday party. Here's your bag you leave
goodie
with.
bags.
Goodie bag. Thank you.
Yeah.
You open that thing up. The fuckers who are putting kinetic sand in these things. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oof.
It's just sand.
It's just sand.
Why you? I don't want
Sand.
this in my house.
Oh no.
Inevitably, it's just there's fucking no, none of this. I've thrown them out. I throw them out before Ben even gets
straight
to, you know
out.
What I mean,
Dude.
don't worry about this, Ben. You don't have to worry about this whatsoever.
Story number.
Now those are cool.
Those
got
are hot dogs.
giant
That's
Lincoln
awesome.
Logs.
My
Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs, I'm pretty sure that I was playing with like my dad's Lincoln Logs. They were just wood. I had
Yeah,
fucking wood.
Well, I mean, while Googling Lincoln Logs, I found that they have.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's something Ben plays with once, and then I got this shit in my house forever.
Yeah.
Auntie Luce, my son's godmother, Christmas gave him this like the sticks that then go into the plastic ball, so you can make like giant like structures or whatever. You put them together like
Connects.
They weren't Connects. They're gigantic. I
Oh.
don't know if Connects get that big. I'm not versed in Connects. Never
Got
my
it.
choice. These are definitely knockoff Connects.
Got it.
And I never wanted to punch Lucy James in the face harder. You know what I mean? And I lived with her. Trust me. There's times I wanted to just fucking powerbomb this woman through the kitchen table. But now I got fucking green plastic sticks all over my goddamn house. These little ping pong balls everywhere. And Ben just gets it, dumps them out of the bag. And I'm like, Ben, I put him in a sharpshooter last night. We're getting real close to him understanding wrestling. He's going to be in trouble, all right? And of course, my
Jen
wife.
walks in, he's in the walls of Jericho.
My wife. Fake Canadian. She walks in. I got him in Bret the Hitman Hart's finisher. Just like I'm in the fucking Hart dungeon. I'm Stu, all right? And she looks at this and doesn't even say a goddamn word about how picture perfectly sharpshooter was. No photo taken. She doesn't understand the milestones.
Story number 5. This is a report that Bobby Kotick files defamation suit against Gizmodo and Kotaku. This comes from
Who has to
Riley.
watch the Dice Awards?
Oh my God. This comes from Riley McLeod. God, dope ass last name. At Aftermath. Former Activision boss Bobby Kotick has filed a defamation suit against Go Media after a pair of 2024 articles. Record of March 11th defamation filing titled Robert Kotick versus Go Media Inc. can be viewed in Delaware court records, but the complaint itself is not currently publicly available. Courthouse News, which first reported on the suit, writes that Kotick is seeking damages to be determined at trial regarding articles on former Go Media site Gizmodo and current Go Media site Kotaku about Kotick's reported interest in buying TikTok. As context into Kotick, the articles both discussed a California Civil Rights Department investigation into Activision Blizzard that was settled in 2023. The final California settlement makes note that no court or any independent investigation has substantiated any allegations, and that the defendants deny all allegations of wrongdoing, liability, and damages. Courthouse News quotes Kotick's complaint as reading, quote, Kotaku and Gizmodo went out of their way to include withdrawn fake allegations, or false allegations, relating to workplace issues which Go Media knew had been conclusively disproven by numerous investigations. Courthouse News writes that Kotick and his representatives repeatedly wrote into Go Media demanding corrections to the articles. Both Kotaku and Gizmodo's articles were updated after publishing to add details about the settlement. Despite this, Courthouse News writes that Kotick claims, quote, the articles continue to mischaracterize the agreement, and quotes the complaint in stating that the allegations were included purely for the malicious purpose of causing further harm to Kotick. Do we want to do that? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Do what?
I don't know if we should.
I'm not getting sued.
Yeah, let's not get sued.
Well, I mean, like, I mean, you talk about the article. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can talk about them. They're already getting sued.
It's interesting that Bobby Kotick is choosing these ones to go after, right? I mean, I think that, you know, Kotick is a punching bag, whether you think he should be or shouldn't be, throughout the games industry. So the fact that these are the ones that cross the line is interesting, and then to read into why, right? That they keep going back to things that he feels you're misinterpreting quotes to make him look even worse than actions might. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out, you know, as these like legal battles seem to be popping up left and right.
And I wonder if this one will actually go the distance or settle out of court or whatever it is.
Yeah. God, I can't wait to never have to talk about him again.
Yeah.
You know, it does feel like we're moving towards that, hopefully. But I don't know.
I don't know. Where is he now after all this stuff? Because he's officially out now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's on some advisory board or whatever thing like that.
Yeah.
He's going to move off to. Again, I can't recommend Jason Schreier's book, Play Nice, The Rise, Fall, and Future of Blizzard Entertainment enough. He has a whole bunch of, again, I know we've talked about it. Or were you on? You weren't on the Jason Schreier thing. I forget. But his whole story of just Bobby Kotick, like from college to the first businesses to what he becomes, is outrageous. Of like, you think you know this part, you know the personality, you know the name, you know the persona, whatever, and then to see like this journey is just so crazy. This whole thing with Steve Wynn on the jet, like being handpicked to be a successor.
Wild
like, what
stuff,
the fuck is going on? What kind of weird rich guy like night ceremony is this?
Yeah. Zombies 8 Keegan super chats in. He spent $2 to say pee pee poo poo caca.
He does that every day.
Oh, okay.
And he said, but the first time he ever did it, I'm just doing this to make you say pee pee poo caca, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm a simple man, and I said do it every day, and here we are.
Here we are.
I'll take the $2.
I appreciate you, zombies.
Pee pee poo poo caca.
Kuma Babam says Lego build stream with Snowbike Mike and Andy. When? Oh my God, they would rip each other apart. Andy would rip himself apart.
Yeah, Andy would quit.
Andy
would quit for sure.
Alvaro Cien says Tim choked on Kinder eggs. I did.
When the British candy arrived yesterday, the gentleman who brought it was very clear.
Awesome,
I did not bring Kinder eggs.
He didn't want to kill me. He didn't want to kill me. I don't know why. Story number 6. We got the first look at Johnny Cage and more from the upcoming Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Hell yeah. This comes from Nick Romano at Entertainment Weekly. The ending of 2021's Mortal Kombat signaled where the franchise would go next. Hollywood, baby. After a bloodbath between the champions of Earthrealm and Outworld, former MMA fighter Cole Young, who I did not have any respect for in this movie.
Okay.
I thought he was an unnecessary original character. Like, we have the most iconic fighting characters of all time. What are we trying to do here? But since I've grown to love this actor, Louis Tan.
Okay.
Standout performance in the final couple seasons of Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Incredible martial artist. Excited to see where he goes here.
Okay.
A descendant of Scorpion set out for Los Angeles to find a new recruit to aid in the battle ahead. Johnny fucking Cage.
Dun, dun, dun.
A prominent and eccentric character from the video games as well as past movie adaptations, Johnny was only teased in that first film through a poster for his Citizen Cage flick. But now the boy star Carl Urban officially takes his place alongside other Earthrealm champions in Entertainment Weekly's exclusive first look at the sequel, Mortal Kombat 2, coming to theaters and IMAX locations October 24th.
Hell yeah.
Look at him, dude.
He looks great.
He looks great. I got Jax in the back.
How stoked are you for this movie? Did you like Mortal Kombat?
I was very let down by
Okay.
Mortal Kombat. It wasn't the worst thing, but it lacked the sauce.
Yeah,
There was a couple laugh out loud moments because they were so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think it was Cyrax at some point. He's like, I'm going to suck my soul.
Got it.
And it was great. They, I feel, didn't commit hard enough to some of their ideas. They introduced this idea that each character kind of like finds their magic ability, and like then they get to do their magic thing.
Okay.
Which like could be cool to kind of like give a story, more story for a movie of Mortal Kombat. But I feel like doing that, they didn't commit hard enough. So fans of Mortal Kombat were just kind of like, all right, that's not what it's supposed
weird.
to
This
be.
isn't how it
Like
works.
this
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
shit. And then the cool stuff they did with it, I just feel like, well, Mortal Kombat could have just been cooler if you just like fought each other and fatality each other a bit more. You know what I mean? But overall, a sequel, I'm ready for it. I feel like I'm expecting this to be better than the first one.
Okay.
So there's that. And at the end of the day, I like watching people fight. You know what I mean?
Sure, you
Cool,
do love that.
stylish
You love
ways.
that.
Characters we know. Scorpion saying, get over here.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man.
People getting frozen.
You know what I mean? Oh, dude, he fucking froze. He like cut.
Sub-Zero's still alive?
I don't remember the fucking
Okay.
details. You kidding me? But Scorpion like cuts into Sub-Zero, and the Sub-Zero takes his own blood and turns it into a dagger, like a frozen
That's
dagger, and then fucking
awesome.
stabs him. It's really sick.
Movies.
But anyway, movies, man. They're so big.
They're
You know what I mean?
huge.
When you see that IMAX screen, it's like,
Every
whoa.
time I start one of these movies, how long is it? Oh my God, it's so big.
It is so big. Such a big runtime. But if I want to know about something way smaller, where would I look?
You'd go to our last news story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Wario64 says the Star Wars turn-based tactics game from BitReactor/Respawn Entertainment will be revealed at Star Wars Celebration Japan on April 19th. I'm excited for that. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Could be fun. Always interested in what Respawn's up to in any way.
What do you think it's going to be?
A little turn-based Star Wars game. Tactic.
Is it going to be cool? Are we going to like it? Are we
I think it's
Jedis?
gonna be
Are we
cool.
everybody?
I think it's gonna be cool, but I this to me reads like oh my god,
Mobile
Midnight
game.
Suns.
Oh.
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Where
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it could hit, and the people that enjoy it are gonna really dig it, but I don't think it's gonna like break out and become
Got
like
it.
a mega hit. From Forbes, Ubisoft's bracing for dev harassment over Assassin's Creed Shadows. A new report from Canada's BFMTV cites anonymous Ubisoft employees giving details about what's happening internally, including advice to not post on social media that they even work at Ubisoft to avoid harassment. In fact, an entire anti-harassment plan has reportedly taken shape, bringing in Canada's communications security establishment. Ubisoft Quebec made Assassin's Creed Shadows to respond to issues, including offering psychological and legal support. How the fuck did we get here?
Gamergate.
Man,
Giving bad people voice.
incredibly horrible.
Importantly, right now we're doing the review after this, but right now I'm Metacritic in 82.
82 for
82
Assassin's
on
Creed
Assassin's
Shadows.
Creed Shadow right now.
Stay
What will
tuned.
me, Barrett, and Lightweight Gaming and Blessing think about it? You'll find out next.
New games for Game Pass have been announced. March 18th, we're getting 33 Immortals, which looks awesome. March 19th, you got Octopath Traveler 2, which Greg knows is awesome. We have Train Sim World 5, Standard Edition. March 20th, we got Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island. March 25th, Blizzard Arcade Collection. March 27th, Atomfall. What's the word on Atomfall?
Hopeful good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seemed like the previews caught people by surprise a bit in terms of like, oh, okay, like, you know, this is like a Fallout-y, survival-y, you know, alternate history British thing. My interest is peaked. I
Yeah.
want to play.
Ark Survival Ascended
Ark.
DLC Lost Colony has been announced. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves second open beta test is set for March 26th to March 31st. And then the last one just says Greg has some.
I have said this on this show before, and I will say it again. We reward kind of funny best friends for being dope. So every day I open my inbox, pour myself a coffee, and Ben yaks in my face, you know what I mean? But I look at my phone and I have hundreds of emails, all press releases. Hello, games journalist, or, you know, Miller.
Yeah,
like I went to
Miller.
Miller. You know, like, all right, fucking form letter bullshit. But if you're going to go through and send an email that starts We News, I'll get you on the show. So we have We News from Jonathan, who writes in and works in the industry. This is just a guy or whatever. He says, congrats on the live stream yesterday. Wanted to bump the launch news from Friday with the update that DC Dark Legion was the #1 free-to-play game on the US App Store over the weekend and still ranks #1 on the Google Play and #3 on the App Store. If you all can squeeze the launch news into KFGD, that'd be awesome. DC Dark Legion is available now on mobile devices and apparently killing it.
There you go. Check it out. Help it kill more.
Oof, I was like, I'll download it. And then I read it. Collect and upgrade DC superhero and villains for epic multiplayer PvP battles. I wish you well. I'll not be doing that.
You got some fuzz in your beard. Little fuzz.
Kevin, show me.
You can't see it, but it's there.
Pull it out of me. Oh, there it is, yeah. Thank you. He was right, everybody. He wasn't lying. Ew, don't drop it there.
Didn't even see it. Didn't
It's
show
fuzzy.
up. It's fuzzy, though, in real life. I promise you. We got some super chats. You can cut the Wii News music, Kev. K Kinetic says...
Kevin's like, I can't.
There's so many buttons,
I
guys.
know. No, Kevin, that was fine. You did. Yeah, and Kevin, again, just, I want you to know, I can't appreciate you enough at the start of the show being and having my back. You know what I mean? Tim wasn't with us. Tim wasn't vibing, but you and
I
me
don't
were
remember
vibing.
what you're talking about, but
We were vibing
so
about
down.
Bounty. We were vibing about Cummin. We were all over the place.
Yeah, Bounty. It's the new Korean coffee.
Joey, make a shirt.
Oh my God, Joey, make a shirt. Mr. Janix in the chat says Tim needs to look into the new Xbox Joy-Con. I haven't seen this. Can you do a little Google,
Sure,
Greg?
I'm on it.
Kinetic says, please do an Invincible Season 3 screencast. I will pay. I want to so bad. I have not had time to even start the season. Finally, Kevin, I'm caught up on Severance. In time for the finale. Very exciting
Oh
stuff
my
there.
god! You know it's an hour and like 15 minutes.
I know.
Woo!
And I'm excited. I'm real excited.
Hard as a rock.
But once we get through that, once she gets back from a little vacation she's going on, we're going to start Invincible. But how far have you made it?
Haven't started it.
Yeah,
This is
that's what makes it
this
tough,
is a conversation we've had on Gregway in the previous weeks here, where people have been asking about screencast, and I've just been upfront that GDC, Chicago, Life, the reviews were all on. Assassin's Creed is about to get reviewed. We just did Monster Hunter. There's Redacted coming at the end of this week, possibly. There's a million things going on.
Yeah, it's just hard. Trust me. I wish that there were more hours in the day because
I cannot
want
find
to
anything
do
about this
the screencast.
Xbox Joy-Con.
Okay. We got more of these here. We got
more
Yang
of these
Fam
here.
saying Glenn Powell as Johnny Cage. Still love Carl Urban. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I prefer Carl Urban though. Like, God, I love Glenn Powell. Like, I'm not one of those haters. You know what I mean?
No. Oh, come on now. That's because he's too popular and too cool.
Yeah. I'm a big Glenn Powell fan, but I'm a bigger Carl Urban fan. So, Carl Urban.
I saw
as
someone in
Johnny
the chat
Cage.
go, "Are we over Carl Urban?" I say no.
Never.
Yeah,
Impossible. Star Trek 2009.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Bones.
Dread.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dread.
He knows
Shankar. He does. He does know. Huey.
There's Glenn Powell right there. Thank you, Kevin.
Adam, thank you.
Look, he's just what I like about Glenn Powell.
Jolly.
Exactly. He's just happy to be alive.
Yeah, the cute little
you know
dog.
what I mean?
Adam 2x says thoughts on a Lego Pokemon game. There's a chance.
Huh?
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
I can see that happening for sure. El Capitan 22 says, Greg, have you been paying attention to Helldivers with Singularity now destroying 2 planets as it creeps towards Super Earth?
I have not. I've been too busy on other games.
Mr. Hawk says Fallout 76 Ghoul updates live today. Ghoul it up.
Ghoul it up, everybody.
You got a Ghoul?
Maybe eventually, but probably not. Again, too many games right
Too
now.
many games.
If as soon as you knock down one review, there's another review, and then there's 2 more, and then it's GDC, and then I last night I'll tell you what. As everybody knows, Christopher Columbus was a bad person in a lot of ways, right? But he did some good, right? Apparently, who's a better person who's discovered the world? Who's a better discovery?
America
Magellan?
Vespucci.
America Vespucci?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
knows that I'm the American Vespucci of PC gaming, all right? Like, it was bad, and then I showed up, and I'm making it better with the Steam Deck. Yesterday, I went on, after I watched our showcase, right? At home, scanned the QR code, went to the Steam page, started wish listing all the games I wanted, right? So I'd be there, and I'd support devs just like you should, right? And then, what do I see? Well, there's a sale going on, and Chrono Trigger is like $3.49. And I've tried before on my Vita to play Chrono Trigger. I know I should and will love Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Bought it on the Steam Deck. I was like, you know what? Let's roll the dice. So even if I got through all this stuff, to go back to Super Earth, to go back to Fallout 76, these are things I would love to do in infinite time periods, but I don't have that with me. I'd much rather go play a 40-year-old JRPG.
Good for you.
But I don't, even I say that,
I know.
those words come out of my mouth.
I know.
When will I actually
here's-
have the free
okay.
time to start that?
Here's my thing, Greg. I feel like there's a couple important facts to keep in mind. We're doing our top 100 games of all time.
And I do feel like we're about to get to a quieter period.
And the question I have for you is, what's your travel schedule coming up?
There's a lot going on, but you forget, of course, I got a gremlin named Ben. You know what I
True.
mean? Now the good news about Ben is he has his own Nintendo Switch now.
Yeah.
So he's going to be on these planes parked on that.
I think what you need to do, and this is advice I need to listen to as well, and I never ever do. You need to just choose a game and commit to that game, and do not even bring another device. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah. Just if you're going to play Chrono Trigger, play fucking Chrono Trigger. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that when you're talking about portable games, I mean, thanks to the Steam Deck, pretty much everything is available.
You're welcome, everybody. But America Vespucci.
I do think that with the Switch 2 info being imminent, you're not going to really have too many Switch things, too many portable things that you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So I think now's the perfect time. But you got to commit, the one and only, and it should be Chrono Trigger. It's the time.
I feel like it's possible that it'll work out. Because I got through on my last Boston trip. I knocked a few things off the Steam Deck where I was like, oh, not for me. I touched this. Okay. And so what? It's the Chicago trip. Come see me.
Oh,
remember everybody?
Right. Okay.
Kindoffunny.com/Chicago, April 10th. I'll have multiple stars in the bank by then. And you can come watch me perform in Lisle, Illinois. Please do it. We're doing a fundraiser for post-school. He needs it. There's a Chicago trip to fly. Mm-hmm. Ben's got a Switch. I'm all set. Then we don't get to go to lunch anymore because there's too much happening.
I hate it.
In May, I'm doing a long weekend where I'm going to Montreal. So that's a long flight. So there I got that. And again, that's just me and Ben.
Oh.
Right? Because Jen will already be there.
Oh,
I'm meeting up with her over there, right? So the thing there is like, on the trip to Chicago, Jen the whole time be, don't do this, don't do that. Ben can only play so many. I'm kidding. This doesn't happen. But it'll be Switch time for him and Switch Steam Deck time for me. I think it'll work out pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but it's like,
is Trigger the one? The answer is yes.
I'm thinking of the reviews that I'm on right now, and I did ask for one of the games that I have for review on Steam. I have it on PlayStation. Then the thing they emailed about Steam Deck, and I was like, "Oh, give me a Steam Deck too." But I'm gonna keep going on PlayStation, so that won't be in the way. Monster Hunter's tied to my PlayStation, so I can't worry about that. I'm on a plane too, so it's whatever. Yeah. It's pretty good then. I think it's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
But who knows what'll happen?
Who knows what's gonna happen, everyone? Justin says, Tim, Greg, Kevin, love you guys.
We love you.
Love you, Justin. Dexter H says, was I dreaming, or besides Greg choking on change, didn't he share a story where he would pee in cups as a child and throw it behind his dresser?
That is accurate.
Both of those stories did happen, actually. Yeah.
Certainly did.
Zach Brown says, day late birthday tax, but also before trilogies on sale through Criterion. # before trilogy in review.
Fucking let's go.
Happy birthday, Zach.
I have to go to criterion.com to get it, or how do I get it?
Probably.
Greg, I can't remember. Did your mom ever have a conversation with you about peeing in the cup?
No, they didn't catch me.
They didn't catch me.
My mom's conversation was that when we moved, she thought the cat had been doing it. The cat had peed behind it. That was her interpretation. Oh, it's a 50% off flash sale.
No way.
That's what she
Tim,
said.
you believe in that, or is she just saving face now?
I believe in it.
I believe in it.
Jason says, Tim, have you watched Solo Leveling? I have not, but I've seen a lot of people hyped about it. And the Frog Knight in all caps just says Chrono Trigger, which I imagine Frog Knight is a reference to Chrono Trigger. Frog, one of my favorite themes from Chrono Trigger.
Right, so I'm in here.
What are you trying to buy from the Criterion Collection?
The Before Trilogy.
Oh, half off.
We got some.
The whole trilogy is $50 right now in a Blu-ray set.
Thunderbroy says off? Brussels is the capital of Belgium.
Thank you. I knew I was. You know how well versed I am in Europe, so I fucking knew.
You didn't know that.
Robbie Rob says, for Costco Lego, Greg, the classic non-set bricks are available during the holiday seasons around Christmas. You can get 1,500 colored bricks. That's cool.
You know, Greg, but the problem is this is just Blu-ray, not 4K Ultra.
Do I need to care about that, Tim?
I wasn't listening.
I mean,
the Before trilogy here is on sale for $49.99.
Yeah.
That's down from $99.95.
Okay.
But they're just Blu-rays.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, Criterion, they're really, really good about their transfers.
New restored 2K digital transfer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they probably didn't have 4K back when they filmed this. There's discussion, there's behind-the-scenes footage, there's audio commentary.
You should be fine. Unless there's a 4K version available.
With his nice TV.
Episode of the radio
works
program,
great.
Fresh Air. Oh, I have listened to
stuff.
Fresh Air.
And then Mr. Jantix sends
It's fun to read
link.
this because there's no way I'll ever do this. Because I don't want the digital. I'll keep buying them on Amazon. Thank you.
Oh. You don't want
I
the
can watch
physical.
them on my phone. I can watch them on my TV. I can watch them on my iPad.
Kevin,
I don't have to go disc. Where you go?
It's fun to do that, though. Kevin, I'm sending assets a link to this Joy-Con situation.
Oh, you found it?
Yes.
Hold on.
Mr. Jantic sent it in the chat, in the You're Wrong section of the show that we do here.
Ooh.
The Xbox Adaptive Joystick, which, I guess
That's what you've always wanted.
Yeah.
It is what I've always wanted. I'm very happy that people are finally understanding there's a better way to play. Designed as a companion for Xbox controllers, plugged directly into your console or PC, customized with button remapping. Very cool. Very cool. $30.
Why do they animate that?
Because there's such a satisfaction to the way Xbox boxes open.
It's true.
I mean, but isn't that true for most companies?
No.
Yeah,
Go back to that box and tell me Amazon opens like that? No way.
Well, not
Amazon, I'm
Amazon,
tearing
but
them
like
open. Nick sent me another
Nvidia,
fucking football.
You open up an Nvidia box. Well, now this won't play.
Have you talked about
now
that on
suddenly
content?
No,
became
we haven't
a-
talked about it on content yet. I don't know what. I mean, I feel like he should be here for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I feel like he should too.
God forbid you hide the football on the top shelf in the office where he can't reach it with his little legs, and now I gotta fucking get a football delivered to my house every goddamn day.
Yep. How many days in a row has it been?
3.
Great.
Wait, has he really been doing that?
Yes. They come
He's
with,
sending
they come
a
with
football.
threatening notes too.
What do the notes say?
I'll give you the most recent one.
He's sending you footballs.
He's literally
to your
sending
house.
him footballs.
There's something in him that has awoken.
Yeah.
It might be a tumor.
The last note was, "You can't ignore this from the reckoning."
Everybody, you can't ignore Kind of Funny. We're live each and every weekday on Twitch and YouTube with a bunch of different shows, various shows for your amusement, whether it's Kind of Funny Games Daily covering the news, the Kind of Funny Gamescast we're about to do, giving our reviews of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The first one was, "I know what you did" from Unknown. Then the first football showed up, no note. I thought Grandma sent one. I was like, oh, okay, Grandma sent a football. Weird. Then the second day, the exact same box showed up. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no.
Can't Podcast
returning
is
them
after
for the
that.
store credit?
No, I started giving away to people at the school.
You're gonna be the football guy.
Trust me, it was weird when I was walking out yesterday with 2 parents, and I have 2 footballs in my car. I was like, oh, by the way, do either of you want a football? Someone from my work keeps sending them to me as a joke or a prank. And the mom was immediately like, no, I don't have a use for the football. And the other dad was like, oh, yeah, I'll take a football.
it.
Yeah. He's like, so what's going on? I'm like, my
Don't worry about
coworker's
it.
pranking me by sending footballs. He goes, that's a nice prank. And I go, oh, they come with threatening notes.
We're doing cool stuff all day. Hang out. If you're on Twitch, stay where you are. If you're on YouTube, make the jump over to the Gamescast link. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.